welcome to today's video. Today I am reviewing this one, If I Should Die by Matthew Frank. Okay, now this is the first book in the series, and I'm so happy that I got copies of this book sent to me by the author because I really enjoyed this one. Okay, now I ended up giving this one a 4-star. The reason why this is a 4-star and not a 5-star is because I found the very beginning a little bit slow to get into, but once I'd sort of got into it and had all the characters introduced and things and the story actually started to go, it was really hard to put down. I really enjoyed it. So docking points just for that beginning, basically just being a little bit too slow introducing the characters, if you like, there, but they were really good characters. Okay, so we've got our main character, who is Joe Stark, who is a military man. He was with the police, then he rolled up as volunteer for the military, so he did turns in Afghanistan and Iraq and things as well, and then since then he's now come back and he's starting a new life, if you like, in the police force again. So he's in training, he's coming back, he has a lot of baggage, a lot of problems, both physical problems and also mental problems connected with his time at war and things. So you have a whole development thing there, and the fact of being a veteran and things. That he's young, okay, so don't get the wrong idea. Veteran, he's not an old person, okay, he's young, he's very young actually, still in his 20s in this, if I remember rightly. But so this is him, and he's trying to find his way in the police force whilst also coming to terms with lots of other things and dealing with his own medical issues and things as well. Not that great about opening up and being vulnerable with others and things, so that creates some certain dynamics, one of which is with his boss, Sergeant Fran Milhaven, who is awesome. By the way, I really loved her character. She's a bit of a busybody. She likes to have her nose in other people's business, especially Joe's. But just like in general, there's a lot more to her than meets the eye. As the book went on and you discover more about her, and so she's quite a character. There's a lot more there, and I'm looking forward to seeing more about her and discovering more about her in the other 2 books in this series as well, which I'm really looking forward to jumping into Between the Crosses, which is book 2 in this series. So I thought she was awesome. I also other members of the police team there, from his boss, who definitely has a lot of experience and things. I also, our bad guys in this, quite a varied bunch going on there. The various different victims and things as well. This book would make a great book for a book club, I think, because it has so many discussion points that you could cover. Okay, so veterans, differences between the police force and the army, how they deal with certain situations and things, mentality of it all, homelessness, because in this the victims are for the most part homeless people that are being picked out because they're homeless. So it raises discussions also about homelessness and the fact that not all the people that end up homeless are homeless because they're drug addicts or whatever, doing all that kind of thing. I mean, obviously some of them are, but then there's also other people that just fell on bad times. There are ex-veterans who, you know, gave their all for the country, and unfortunately the country didn't give back. So this is a UK-based one, okay? So maybe some things would be slightly different, for example, between like the UK and the US. So that's something to think about as well in this. But also the different roles of, you know, females and males, potentially within police force, and things like that. Rehabilitation, PTSD. I mean, it has so much, seriously. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So there you go. Unfortunately, yeah, I can't give it a 5-star because at the beginning I was like, okay, come on, let's get some action happening. And it wasn't. It was more kind of like an information dump, if you like. You sort of, you know, setting up, but sort of getting to know the basic bits about the main character, especially Joe. But from that point of view, it took that little bit to get into it. So yeah, unfortunately having to give this one a 4-star. Although I have high hopes for book 2 and 3. We shall see. I shall be reading book number 2, like I said. I need to finish another book that I'm reading, and then I'm going to be jumping into that one because I really want to keep going with the story and see what happens to these characters. So there you go. That's that one. Have you read any of the books in this series by Matthew Frank? If you have, what did you think about them? If you've read this one, do you agree with me about the fact of the beginning being a little bit slow and you were sort of like biting at the bit to get the action happening? Like I said though, when it did start happening, it was all good. So I'd like to know what you thought about that as well. Maybe, I don't know, you've come across other books that I would like to read more like UK based stuff as well. I've realised whilst reading this that I actually read an awful lot of American books and books set in America and stuff. I am actually from the UK originally, so it would be kind of nice to read more books that are UK based as well. So if you have any good suggestions for books that are in the murder, mystery, crime, suspense, thriller, those kind of genres, I really like those. Those are like my favorites. Would also be open to romance and things like that as well. If you have any suggestions of like UK based ones, either set in the UK or written by a UK author and things, I would love to hear more of your suggestions there as well. So anyway, that is it for today. Go check this one out. It's brilliant. That's it for today. Please click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and you know, thumbs up for the video if you've liked it, and don't forget to click for notifications too, so that way you won't miss out on any of the new uploads to the channel. Thank you again for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.